Hi there. My name is Suzanne Wagner, and I am one of the founders of the Wild Women Symposium, which is an experiential event that happens in Salt Lake City, Utah, twice a year. This year, this spring, 2016, we are going to do the event at the Leonardo Center, which is a beautiful center in downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. This is an event where women get to explore their divine feminine essence. We give them tools and techniques and lots of different classes that they get to choose from so that they can kind of tailor their own experience to know what they want to step into. Today I have with me my dear friend Lucia Soppe, who actually lives in Portland, Oregon, and will be coming all the way down from Portland, Oregon to join us at the Wild Women Symposium. Hi, Lucia.
Hi, Suzanne. Great to see you.
Great to see you too. Now, I've known you for 21 years, since 1994, and I love your work, and we do a trade every month, and it keeps me centered and on balance. And what I love about healers is that healers know that we need to keep working on ourselves. And I want them to kind of get to know you. So there are all these ladies out there that are going to be watching this video that really you're brand new to them. You haven't been in Salt Lake, though you did live in Salt Lake City for a long time, but you haven't been here for a long time. So tell us about you and your work.
All right. So I'm from the Netherlands and moved to the US in 1994. Started in Salt Lake City. That's where we met. I came here after I had trained with Paul Dennison, who's the founder of the Educational Kinesiology Foundation. And I came here to the US the first time in 91 to become the faculty member on the International Kinesiology faculty representing the Netherlands. So when I got here in 91, I met a guy, fell in love, head over heels. Then he moved to Holland with me, and we did that for about 2.5 years. And then we moved to the US to try it the other way around. We were in Salt Lake for about 1.5 years. You and I were in business together, which was great. You're one of my oldest friends here in the US. I'm so happy with that. And then in 95, in the fall, moved to Portland, Oregon. Love it here. Portland is more like the Netherlands, culture-wise and climate-wise, so I feel more at home here. And I've been in private practice pretty much since 1989, so that's a long time. Started in Holland with my business, and I started mostly with kids. So part of my business is working with kids who are labeled ADD, ADHD, dyslexic, autism, Asperger, on the spectrum, all those things. And what I do is I help them rewire their brain so that they have full access to their brain potential. And that's really effective in helping them perform to their capacity instead of under their capacity. Besides that, I work with adults a whole bunch. So my practice is 60% adults, 40% kids. And people, the adults that come and see me for a variety of reasons. People will come in for physical complaints, like they have headaches or backaches, or women have issues with their menstrual cycle, or they have food allergies or intolerances, things like that on the physical level. On a more emotional level, people come in because they've dealt with a major life change event, and that can be a divorce, that can be a death, that can be the end of a relationship, a move, a change in career, anything that kind of unsettles them, rocks their boat, and they're not stable in what they want to do and how they want to do it. And then I work with people who are looking for ongoing growth on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. So my practice is pretty varied. I think at this point in time, my youngest client is 4. Yep. And my oldest is 74. So there's quite a range in ages. I work with people from all backgrounds, all ages, obviously. Yeah, so that's a little bit about who I am.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love your work because you are one of the most amazing, muscle energy balancing kinesiology people I've ever met, and you are fast, like you are quick. And it's a way that you tap into your intuition, and your intuition just blows through that modality. And what I love about you is that, yes, we deal with homeopathics, but you also deal with flower essences and pure lavender essences and star essences. And, when you're working with me, you hold up a card and, make me do figure eights with my eyes. And, you work with so many modalities. And so it's so integrative because it's not just one thing. It's like you use, aromatherapy and you use all those different pieces to help somebody explore why something is stuck and where something is stuck. And I mean, I remember one of the first times I worked with you and you did a timeline and you went back and you got to this year and I thought I was going to throw up. I mean, I was just like, what the heck is that? You know what I mean? And it was just like this visceral experience that I was like, oh my God, like something happened to me in a long flippin' time ago, and how that event, that trauma was still like lodged in my cellular DNA. And I think people don't understand that, we repeat things and we get caught in these neurological habits that are lodged in our body and our brain and our nervous system. And what you do is so powerful to kind of make that conscious, make that aware, and then what are we going to do about it? Like let's unravel it, let's shift it, let's change it, let's integrate it, let's transform it. And that is what makes your work, I think, so powerful and amazing.
Yeah, thanks. That's what I see happen. And that's one of the things I do for myself. I always use the tools that have worked for me. So I don't care much about what is proven or what's scientific or what's hip or happening. I'm always with whatever works for me. That's what I'm going to use with my clients. So I've used aromatherapy forever. I've used flower essences forever. Any, I think you can see that behind me, any oracle I can get my hands on that I resonate with, I will use. And that can go from animal cards to tarot cards to angel cards to goddess cards. I mean, whatever. And yeah, what I love to do is help people get out of that stuck place and getting to an understanding. Then yes, you actually can change on a cellular level. Our cells change all the time. So if we clear out the memory of whatever the event was, then the next cell production is going to come out without that particular memory, which means I will have an event in my life, but I won't have the emotion so attached to it, which is what happens with people. They get triggered because here's the event, here's the emotion, and they are locked together. And through using whatever tools we do, we say, no, wait a minute, let's separate those two. Here's the event, here's the emotion, and they're unrelated. So people can look back at things and go like, yeah, that happened, but I'm okay, instead of, I still feel that whenever I think about that, or I see this person, I'm totally triggered. That's what I love to help people do, so that they can be more present in their life and do what they want to do now, instead of being run by their 4-year-old or their 13-year-old who will take the reign if we're not aware of them.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, for me, it's like I love this journey that I've done with you because, I find that there are certain essences that keep coming back as anchors for me to help me unravel. And that's been really helpful because it's like, then I know, I mean, I just need to go buy that essence. I mean, I just need to go buy that essence and have it in my house. And how, like for myself personally, that I have a certain pattern that is so deeply ingrained that you'll work on it and we'll unravel one level and it gets better. And then we come back in months later and, oh my God, it's the same essence. And, now it's another level, and how that experience or trauma has layers of pieces that have to be unwound to get to the next thing, And so, yeah, I say that because all those people out there that go, I just feel like I keep getting stuck in the same thing. I'm like, well, yeah, hello, like I'm that person. And I like to do these videos because I want people to know that, yeah, I mean, I'm a person in town that people think is cool, but I've had to do my own work. And I bring to the Wild Women Symposium the things that also have worked for me. And what's worked for me is you. And so I'm dragging you all the way over to Salt Lake again to the Wild Women Symposium. Now, tell us about your class. Your class is about learning to trust your body's wisdom. Tell us about this.
So we all know exactly what's right for us within our bodies, but what we've been taught societally, and especially here in the US, unfortunately, is that frankly we don't know anything about ourselves, and there's always an outside expert who's going to tell us what's right or wrong with us. And the medical concept very much supports that, but I think the therapeutic chapters of healthcare support that same thing. You go see a therapist or a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and they are going to figure out what's not right with you and then how to fix that. So I always think people are right. I don't think there's ever something wrong with someone. The only thing I think is there's patterns that get in people's ways. And so what we do with the muscle testing, which is a biofeedback tool, we access your innate physical, mental, emotional, spiritual wisdom, and you're going to frankly tell yourself what's going on with you. And I'm just the vehicle in between, and I'm just really good at pushing on your arms to get those answers. But it's you talking to you, and I'm like the translator. And then once we figure out what's not exactly working for you, then we use that same muscle testing tool to figure out what tools we can use to balance what's out of balance. So in the class, what I love to teach is to teach people that muscle testing part, because the moment that you can muscle test someone else or muscle test yourself, you are so much more empowered to take charge of your own life and be able to make choices that really resonate with you inside. So there's a variety of techniques we're going to learn that just help you get turned back on again, because most of us are turned off due to whatever reasons and circumstances, and this will help you get turned back on again so that you can pursue where you want to go with life. So you
That's
will learn. Yeah, it's fun. It's a great fun class to teach people how to do muscle testing, because that's such an eye-opener that, wow, I can actually do this. I can do this for myself. And that's the beauty of it. It's so empowering for people. And I love to have people be empowered instead of being run by, outside influences.
I agree. Now, are you going to bring all your fun tools?
Well, obviously I can't bring all of my fun tools, but I'll bring some of my fun tools depending how big the suitcase is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. Because I mean, it's so fun to, like, even after the class or in between classes, for people to be able to see what you use as your different tools and modalities. And so I hope that you also kind of give them some ideas about, you might want these books or you might want these
Yes.
tools. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Because there's a lot of good stuff out there. I'm trained in, the title I go with, it's always hard to define myself because I wear so many hats. But what I kind of settled on is I'm a heart-centered transformational coach. So very much coming from a place of heart and helping people get back to that place of heart, and then transformation. So helping people transform that. But I'm trained in a variety of kinesiology techniques, and all of those are kind of funneled into the work that I do at this point in time. So they are part of the class as well. So you will learn how to balance your electrical system. You'll learn how to balance your brain better so that you have a much clearer thinking instead of a brain fog. Will balance your auditory system so you can listen, remember, and hear better. I mean, it sounds really basic, but it's like getting your system turned back on.
Well, and one of the reasons that we're actually having you do a double class, so you're one of the facilitators that will be teaching a 3-hour segment rather than an hour and a half segment, because it takes a minute to kind of
Yep.
dive into this. And we're actually also trying to see if there's another spot we can add an extra, hour and
Okay.
a half in there. We're still fiddling with that because
Right.
it's just what you teach is so valuable, and people go away with real hands-on tools and skills
Yeah.
and confidence to be able to work
Right.
with.
Right. And one of the things that we're looking at too is getting people a certificate at the end of this class that actually comes from the Touch for Health Kinesiology Foundation. And then they can use that as continuing education credits. If they're a massage therapist or a nurse or an acupuncturist, they're acknowledged continuing education credits. So that will be nice for the folks who can use that.
Great, that's so wonderful. Now, how do people find you? I know you have a website, so give everybody out there your website.
Thanks. So my website is my first and last name. So it's Lucia Soppe, LuciaSoppe.com. My website got hacked a while ago, so I had to revamp the whole thing. So it's all not perfect, but at least I have something up and out there again, and you can read a little bit about what I do and the tools that I use. So
Wonderful.
that's an easy way to get a hold of me.
Yeah, that's the easiest for sure. And do you have an email address on that website so they can contact you through email?
Yes. Yeah, it will be lucia@luciasoppe.com.
Perfect. I'm
Hmm?
so excited to have you. I can't
Nice.
wait to see you because I haven't
Yeah.
seen you in a while, though we talk on the
No.
phone constantly.
Hmm.
So, is there anything in closing you want to say about what you're going to be doing?
What, I'm excited to come out, and I'm excited to share with a bunch of women something that empowers them. That empowers me to empower others. So I love that. I really look forward to it.
Thanks, Lucia. I can't
Thank
wait to
you.
see you April 1st through 3rd, 2016 in the spring at the Leonardo Center. So everybody
Fabulous.
can go out there to www.wildwomensymposium.com or go to www.luciasoppe.com, LUCIASOPPE.com. And, even beforehand, you can get a session with her over the phone because she can do this over the phone, muscle energy balancing. She does it with me constantly. So join me and let's all get balanced as we go into the Wild Women Symposium.
Yay. Thanks, Suzanne.
Thanks.